A frequency is a single numerical value, and this is what the number 440 hertz looks like. And this is what it looks like when I sing the note A, which is our current tuning standard at 440 hertz. Notice you hear the note A, but my voice carries many resonant frequencies surrounding 440 hertz. And now, this is a musical piece tuned to 440 hertz. The 432 versus 440 hertz controversy. While the whole world gets stuck on that, I'm going to save you time and quickly lead you past it because that argument survives only on the basis that there are good and evil frequencies. The reason people feel a difference between 440 hertz and 432 hertz is because they are pitching the entire song down, which causes the frequencies to become slower. So, of course, there's a relaxing feeling because it subtly feels slower. But slower doesn't automatically mean more coherent, and it definitely doesn't automatically mean more healing. Nature has both fast and slow, both sympathetic and parasympathetic modes. Before studying sound, I was studying herbalism. I will use herbal medicine as an analogy to help you understand how frequencies work. So, every herb, like every frequency, contains a set of various uses or health conditions for which they treat. So, as you see here, 440 hertz has been recognized to have many therapeutic benefits, so I will not be excluding it, especially when I have used it in a song that has caused major transformation for hundreds of my listeners. So, don't get me wrong, I still believe that there are massive healing benefits from solfeggio tones, as those frequencies also carry therapeutic uses and are extremely useful to pinpoint certain energy centers of the body. What is even more important than the correct tuning is intention. Music is extremely powerful when composed from a healing intention. So when people are calling things evil frequencies, they may be trying to describe things that are just plain bad energy. And again, by bad, what I mean is incoherent, unhelpful, or maybe not healing. Frequency and energy aren't the same thing. It's kind of like how rocks are minerals, but minerals aren't rocks. So if I could offer a bit of transparency, it's that getting obsessed with using the correct tones served as a vital part in my journey as a sound alchemist, because during this time, I was building up my intention. That word is very important. Intention for service oriented music and learning how to let go of egoic desires that got in the way of the magic. So for me, the way that I'm maturing in my artistry is that solfeggio tones are now becoming more of an intuitive choice I will still make rather than following it as a dogmatic rule system. Religion of any kind creates stiffness and death. And that is not in alignment with my mission to help others experience life changing transformation. By now, you may be realizing that it wasn't 440 hertz that caused such a hellish field around Travis Scott's concert. It was the fear, violence, rage, and alcohol, etc., that created that incoherent field. You might also be seeing that it wasn't even the woke conspiracy theories about Nazi Germany implementing a 440 hertz tuning standard that would cause us all to be controlled or whatever the thing is. Rather, it was actually the egoic fear of those narratives that did more damage to insist that we don't have power over fear. These stories are always shared by people who don't have any experience with sound and don't realize that those horrifying human trials were more so conducted to see if they could make their subjects lose their mind by blasting them with an isolated frequency. Yes, they did use 440 hertz, but for very long periods of time without changing the pitch. And that is much like what I see on YouTube, where there are 10-hour long videos of just one frequency being played, which make me go insane if I listen for too long. The question still remains, how can people possibly be experiencing transcendental states of healing while listening to a song I personally created that was tuned to 440 hertz? It's possible because the past 6 years, I've been building my intention to serve others as well as experiencing my own transformation through intense spiritual, emotional, and physical disciplines that have all increased the health of my own nervous system and biofield. So, as I continue raising my standards for reaching my highest superhuman potential, I am creating and releasing snapshots of my own consciousness in the form of music, allowing others to step into my own healing field. This transfer of energy happens through resonance. In all seriousness, it's the same concept when that lady touched Yeshua's clothes and got healed just by being near his own biofield. And this is why I spend an enormous amount of time cleaning up my own field with the way that I live, not to live like my best life or whatever that is, but to be stewarding my energy. So this brings me to my final point. A gong doesn't heal people just because it's a healing instrument. People get healed from the way the practitioner holds the space and how he or she plays that instrument from gnosis. One can't simply bang on a gong over and over and force a breakthrough. It has to be done exquisitely and combined with that pure intention I kept mentioning. Also, in today's world, there's an increasing amount of AI music that will never be able to replicate human intent and experience. Humans are channels, and it's oftentimes the nuanced situations are the moments breakthroughs happen that robots or even people becoming more like robots will never see. And that's because authentic sound healing, the powerful kind that actually gets life changing results, can never be placed in a neat box and offered from a template. It comes from a full heart of devotion and the willingness to remain a student dedicated to the path of refinement and purification.